Batman the Killing Joke is DC's biggest animated event in years, and it's coming to movie theaters nationwide for one night only before the film hits Blu-ray and digital HD. We've got Tara Strong, the voice of Barbara Gordon, here to chat about bringing the classic story to life. So what can you tell us about Barbara Gordon's role in Batman the Killing Joke?
I can tell you that in The Killing Joke, Barbara Gordon will not disappoint the fans who have been waiting to see this story. It's completely dark, and she does stuff that she's never done on any series I've ever worked on. So she's strong, and she's older and wiser, but dark. It's really, really a cool place for her to be.
So obviously we know you're involved with Batman the Animated Series. How exciting is it for you to be a part of this project with actors that were a part of that? Specifically Mark, who had said he'll come back and he'll do the voice of the Joker if it's for Batman the Killing Joke.
Well, I had just moved from Toronto to Los Angeles, and a couple years after I was here, I had an audition for Batgirl, and I walked into the room and there was a lot of heavy hitters, on-camera celebrities, big voice talent, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I just went in and did my best, and then my agent was like, oh my God, you're her, you're the girl that's the Bat, you're Batgirl. And I was like, oh my God, like I was flipping out. And then like, I think I was 22 years old, sitting next to Hamill and Conroy, and I was like, oh my God, like, just pinch myself a little bit. And they were both so genius. Like, I've worked over the years with a lot of on-camera people that weren't necessarily comfortable enough to really do a good job, but Mark is like really such an amazing crossover performer. Like, I was like, wow, he's really amazing in this role. I mean, every day that I would go in, I would pinch myself. And then to come back and do Batgirl with them was like, wow. And it was honestly just like suiting up. Like, yeah. It didn't seem like any time had passed at all.
Well, and how much fun is that for you guys to keep reconnecting over the years throughout different things and coming back and being like you just said, suiting up again and saying, okay, it might have been a couple years, but hey, we're still these characters.
Yeah. You know what? We really all love and respect each other so much, and when we see each other, it's like hugs, and like we really like each other. We like working together. We have complete awe of each other's talents, and every time we're together, we're happy. You know, it's always sad when, as a voice actor, you get replaced on something or something else happens, so to keep coming back to these iconic characters is such a gift.
But there's also this other side to it where Barbara Gordon's story is so just beloved and important and significant for comic book fans. Did you feel any pressure going into it, knowing that fans would really be watching this to make sure that it was right?
Not really, because for me, when I go into the role, I just become that character. And like, you know, when you're doing a show on camera, you see the cameras, you see the scenery around you, and sort of forming that visual is easier sometimes than being in a studio and imagining your places you've never been and experience things that you never would experience. And so you just see it all in your head. And I've like cried in the booth or like had serious emotions based on whatever that character's going through. So when I'm doing it, I'm not thinking, I hope the fans like it. It's like, I hope I can, you know, deliver this moment in this scene and this thing. And Batgirl, especially The Killing Joke, it was such a great opportunity to get really dark and serious and be in all of those moments, and hopefully the fans will like it.
So just talking about being in the booth and really performing just to make sure you do justice to the character and you're in the moment, how different does it then feel when the fans get to experience it?
It's really rewarding as the voice actors when the fans respond. I feel like so many of my predecessors didn't know how beloved they were, and now because of social media and Twitter and the internet in general, when we go to cons and go places, and like anytime I go to GameStop or somewhere where there's like my people, you know, to get recognized and say, oh my gosh, you know, we love you so much and you touched our lives so much. When I do these autograph signings at cons and people are like crying and like Raven got me through my parents' divorce, or Batgirl made me strong through my depression, and you realize how much you're touching these people, it's so great.
That's awesome. So cool. I love how much just comic books in general can touch people, and then going into other mediums, how affected people get and how beloved all these characters are. So thank you so much for taking the time to chat.
Thank you for having me.
That's a sneak peek of what's coming in Batman the Killing Joke. If you want to see it on the big screen on July 25th, head over to fathomevents.com to see a list of participating theaters. See you guys tomorrow.